Everybody, got another edition of Cup Chronicles here. We're gonna call this one first and last time stealing. Um, that's a harsh word, so let's put that in parentheses called borrowing something on a permanent basis. But I had intentions of returning it. So I was with my mother, and um, we had to go to the store called Montgomery Ward's. So we got to the store, and she told me, go on over there to the toy section and don't go nowhere else. And you better be here when I get back. So I went over there, was playing around and everything. And saw everything, had a good time, man. I was in there about maybe 15 minutes. And then out the corner of my eye, I saw this Hot Wheels car. It was silver in color, had some rims on it. It was one of the prettiest little Hot Wheels cars I ever had, right? So I had a nice little collection at home, maybe 4 or 5, starting out. And I was like, man, this is nice. This would be nice. And then I heard my mother call my name. So when she called my name, I kind of panicked and I just put the car in my pocket. Didn't mean to do it, but I didn't want my mother to have to call me twice because back then, man, it was sacrilegious if your mother had to call you twice. You better answer on the first time. Second time, and the most third time, it's going to be some real trouble and stuff. So without hesitation, I put the car in my pocket and I met my mother and we was walking out the store. And while I was walking out, I was thinking, man, maybe I need to throw this car away somewhere. But I knew it would have made some noise and stuff. So we get in the car and she's adjusting everything, getting ready to go. I'm sitting in the back and like a dummy, being a kid, I pull the car out and I'm playing with it. And she looks in the rearview mirror and she says, boy, where'd you get that car from? And I froze like a deer in headlights. There wasn't nothing I could say, nothing I could do. I just didn't know what to do. So now I'm gonna tell you, what little I did know about praying, I started using it. I couldn't get that many words out, but I truly do believe that at that time, I gave my short little life over to Jesus. At the age of 8, I realized that Jesus was my Savior, and I gave what little bit of life I had left over to Him. I wanted to share this moment with my mother, but she was on another mission. Man, she got at that car and got to that back seat, and she yanked me out of that car so quick. I don't even remember her opening the back door. And we go into the store, and she got me by the back of my collar, right? So, but she's pulling me so tight, my feet were barely touching the ground. And as we entered the store, she looked at me, and I kind of barely looked at her, and we came to an immediate understanding. And the understanding was that there's a strong possibility that I might not survive this. It depends on how this goes once we get inside of this store. But I wasn't scared because moments earlier, I'd already turned my life over to Jesus Christ. I was ready to take my cross, turn it in, and get my crown and go on to glory. What else could I do at the age of 8? Say something to my mother? Wasn't gonna happen. So we go in the store and she sees the manager and she tells the manager, shows him the car and everything, that I took this car and all that. And the manager, he took pity on me. He looked at me, man. And he saw that fear in my eyes. And he knew, I guess, what a mother would do about some things about that. She said, ma'am, I think he's learned his lesson. Go ahead, he can have the car. Don't worry about it. And she's like, no, we don't take nothing like that. How much is the car? And he said, oh, just give us $1. So my mom gave him $1 and everything too. And so I put the car back in my pocket, right? I thought everything was good. So as we go back to the car, my she's quick walking, that power walk, that one where you in some real trouble. And this is not gonna go very well on your part. So I get in the back seat and I purposely sat right behind her that way, so when she got upset, she couldn't reach around, because if you're on the other side, she can get you there. So you got to figure out how to do this thing, right? So I sat right behind her and stuff. And she said, boy, don't you ever embarrass me in front of them people like that again. Everybody's mama say that. I don't know what that really means. I didn't embarrass you. I had the car. We was good. You the one told us to go back in there. Of course, I didn't say that. That was my thought. So bottom line, I learned my lesson. That happened one time and one time only. And the lesson was that once you get out of the store and you're free, take your time before you learn to start playing something with something. My mistake was that I didn't wait till I got home to play with the car. And guess what? I never played with that car again. I put that car up on my headboard and I kept it all these years. And look at here. There it is. This is the little car that almost got me taken away, and I would have left this earth at the tender age of 8. So that's the lesson, kids. If you get away with it, Keep your mouth closed. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Another edition of Cup Chronicles. Man, it's one of these days. Hey, y'all take care now.